Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan, I can't believe my own eyes.
I know, Avery.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the...
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Not much, sir. Mr. Dawson's house used to be a good house, with many servants. I heard he fired them all recently.
Goodbye.
Of course.
Your father and I have spoken about your fiancé, Mary. We believe he'll be an honorable husband for you. We'll set a date for the marriage then. That way, I'm sure one of my children will give me grandchildren. I understand your thirst for knowledge, Jonathan, and your father and I are proud of it. But you are not that young anymore, my son. When will I meet your soulmate? You can ascribe my romantic tendencies to my French origins if you want, Aubrey. But I'll never cease to believe in a match made in heaven, my beloved.
I really wish you could meet her, Mother. You would love her. It's locked, all right. Mother. Good evening.
Jonathan! Is it you?
I'm right here, Mother.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead.
Mary. She...
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you...
Tell me, Mother, how are you? All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left...
I'm so sorry, Mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London. Thames.
What happened, Johnny?
I lost my way. Somewhere between the boat and the house, my life changed completely.
You should have told me, Johnny. I would have understood. You always were a secretive little boy.
Have you returned to Whitechapel's?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No.
It was just a bad...
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from...
Mother, do you know...
Not really. I don't go out much.
What do you mean you get lost?
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble...
Why do you say Mary, it...
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now?
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson? And my son-in-law? You're all gone.
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you, trying not to cry.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy. Just look at you, as pet.
Do you really see Mary and Father?
Yes. For many years it was just a game. Since your father left us without a word, I took to the habit of speaking to him.
Yes, I remember. I sometimes spied on you and listened to you talking with Father in the garden. It made me so angry then.
Yes, it was. But since then, my poor dead Mary visited me in my room. She led me to her grave, and there you were. I now know the dead can...
I'm so sorry. You did not deserve to endure this. Mary should never have done...
That's true, my son. But you know what the worst part is? I liked it when Mary spoke in my head. Now she is silent, and it makes me so sad.
Should I leave you alone? Just ask, and I swear you'll never hear from me again.
Oh, no, Johnny. You're always welcome in this house. And one day, when I finally die, we'll all be together again.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, son.
I cannot enter. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood. I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
Don't you know better? You cannot win this. respect the laws of I will crush you! No one can hide from Asgard. I
Louise's father was determined to find and save her.
You London vampires are so...
Miss Teasdale, are you all right?
How do you know my name?
My name is Dr. Reed.
So my father really was looking after me. This man, this vampire told me my father was dead.
I'm afraid so, miss. I'm so sorry for your loss.
I suppose my jailer also killed my father, didn't he?
Thankfully, he did not search your father's corpse, where I found his notes describing where he might find you.
I must find my father's body.
Goodbye. Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the...
Good to see you too, Carol.
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself.
Have you ever met the...
Yes. A very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books. And then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye, Carol.
Dr.
I am
Reed.
sorry, I
I
can't
am
help you, sir.
glad to see you again.
Perhaps you should talk with someone else.
Good evening, Miss Price.
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind.
Always glad to see a former...
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying.
May I look at your...
It's always a pleasure.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you again.
Good evening.
You know,
Do you know Aloy...
everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing...
Did he buy something?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy...
But isn't Aloysius Dawson... No.
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
Goodbye for now.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you again.
Good evening, sir.
I'm conducting an investigation.
And who are you?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are? And
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these street...
Do you know anything in particular about...
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. With just one phone call.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... Your name sounds familiar.
I think I would remember.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you.
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure...
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could...
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for...
Goodbye. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what...
That's all you need to know. I suppose you're right. And who are you?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
What can you tell me?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many...
Goodbye.
Perhaps London will survive the epidemic, but I see terrible trial. Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards...
I beg your pardon, sir.
Of course you do.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it.
The cards told you to explain.
Yes, they can tell me everything. They told me that you have not taken another life since your poor...
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Goodbye, sir.
I rarely... Red River, the Song in the Dark, the Whispers of a...
Best stay back, sir! Sir, step away now!
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains, am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
Finally you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly...
I can assure you I'm as informed...
Sir, I'm going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even...
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter.
I will become your maker
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
What do you know about the...
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or...
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality...
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London, I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Who gave you the right to decide?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives...
You really plan to build a quarantine?
Yes, it will be tall and strong.
By doing so, you will also...
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England...
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by me.
As long as the right people are on the right side of...
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create...
The apocalypse is already...
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Listen to me, Aloysius Dawson. You will forget your fear of dying, for it has poisoned your mind and made you bitter and ruthless since the death of your twin brother.
You don't understand. Death is oblivion, the eternal void. I know there's nothing there. I saw it in Robert's empty eyes. I saw myself in that coffin.
Death is painful for those who remain, not for those who have passed. All that occult gibberish you filled your head with has made you forget this simple truth.
No! Death will not claim me. I have the power and the money. I've acquired the arcane knowledge needed. I believe there is magic, there are dark forces. You will provide me my extension.
Your ignorance makes you a fool. You have no idea. Look at me. Hunted like a beast, my family lost, cursed. I have not escaped death, I have become it.
No, there must be a way. I don't want to go like my brother did. I have money, lots of money.
Money won't ease your mind. I know you used to be a good and generous man. So I offer you the gift of peace, Aloysius. The tranquility of a true death.
I accept your offer. And I understand. No more fear, I will die a man of dignity. And a man at peace.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson...
I'm afraid Mr. Dawson finally chose to embrace life and death as a mortal.
What do you mean?
He has overcome his fear of dying. I let him rest and wait for death to come.
What? This is unacceptable. Go back there and make him the powerful Ekon he's destined to be.
No, Lord Redgrave. As a doctor and as an immortal, I can't. If you wish to make him your progeny, then proceed on your own.
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and simple. I should kill you on the spot. You swore on William Marshall's blood.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Vanished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget. What are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me.
Did anyone see you?
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen?
How did you meet, Lady?
She came to us in the sewers in search of our...
What kind of...
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers?
She said she was your friend, and that...
Lady Ashbury?
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body...
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
No time to lose then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady?
Tell her I worry about her.
Do not, for she has had strength and wisdom for so much longer than you. Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the...
Good evening, sir.
If you're here for a reward...
I'm not here.
A doctor?
Do you require...
Not me, but you...
Since I...
Well, seen better death.
Infecting you.
What?
I want to know everything about the recent...
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people.
Take this as my final warning. You will...
Really? What you gonna do? You ain't from here. You ain't Whitechapel, Doctor. You wouldn't know the first thing about playing...
Goodbye.
Are you from Ascalon? I don't care. He's dead!
What is this truck? Are the vampire hunters here already? Hello again.
Good evening.
Do you need...
Afraid so.
Throughout history...
You're working at...
Goodbye.
Too hard. Don't have to bear the burden.
Damn.
Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need medical help?
I'm afraid I've contracted...
Not under my watch, no.
Thank you.
Are you all right?
Poor Dr. Swansea. He was the only one to stand up to those brutes. And now they've dealt...
Where is Doctor?
I don't know.
Goodbye.
You disgust my every street corner.
Evet, maalesef bu video bitti. Ama her gün 2 yeni video gelmeye devam edecek. Eğer izlediğini beğendiysen ve kanaldaki yeni videolardan haberdar olmak istersen ana sayfadaki abone ol butonuna basman ya da herhangi bir videonun içerisindeki DeDeliOyunlar logosuna tıklaman yeterli olacaktır. DeDeliOyunlar kanalımızda bugüne kadar yayınlanmış olan 2000'den fazla videoyu izlemek isterseniz videolar kısmından çok kolay bir şekilde bunları görüntüleyebilir ya da oynatma listelerinden seriler halinde yine bu videoları görüntüleyebilirsiniz. İzlediğiniz bir oyunla alakalı bilgi almak isterseniz hemen o oyunun videosunun altındaki daha fazla göster butonuna tıkladığınızda o oyunun varsa oynama linki ya da satın alma linki bulunacaktır. Fakat kardeşlerim, asıl önemli olan DeDeliOyunlar oyun kanalımızı gerçekten beğendiyseniz bu duyguyu arkadaşlarınızla paylaşmanız ve bunun için maalesef burada bir buton yok. Yapmanız gereken dışarı çıkmak, arkadaşlarınızı kolundan tutup yakalayıp DeDeliOyunlar diye bir oyun kanalı var. Ben izledim, çok beğendim. Sen de izledin mi diye neşeyle haykırmak. Kibarca da söylemeniz yeterli olabilir.